Has called on national government to amend curfew regulations during this time while people are allowed to travel until May the 7th. The curfew between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. is hampering especially long-distance travellers. Thousands of people are expected to return to work in the coming week, and an influx of people leaving and entering the province is expected. Our reporter Mariska Botha and cameraperson Cerf visited one of the biggest long-distance bus and taxi terminals on the Cape Flats.
We're at one of the busiest taxi and bus terminuses on the Cape Flats in Philippi, Joburg, where people are getting ready and preparing to leave for the Eastern Cape especially. I'm just going to move out of shot so you can see where the action is. Behind us there's a bus that's getting ready. People are being sanitized there. We saw a man walking around with a big can of sanitizer, spraying people's hands and even their luggage as they prepared to board that bus. Now, a little bit earlier, we spoke to the MEC of Transport in the province, Bonginkosi Madikizela, and he says they've been all over on the N1 here in Joburg side to just check and see what the situation is. They're expecting an increase of traffic, especially later today as people make their way in and out of the province, but they're expecting the influx to be most coming into direction Cape Town. Now, of course, he also told us that there is a problem in this specific allowance that's been given from the 1st to the 7th of May, where people are allowed to travel between provinces to get to their places of work as we have moved to level 4 across the country in the national lockdown. The curfew that's set in place from 8 p.m. in the evening until 5 a.m. in the morning is problematic for people that are traveling long distances, and he says it should be looked at, and there must most certainly be an amendment to that part of the regulation to allow for people to be traveling through the night, especially for those long haul buses. We know that they of course travel throughout the night, and now when they reach a certain destination, he made the example, if people travel from here, they leave late in the afternoon and they arrive at Beaufort West at 8 p.m. They are forced to stop there and sleep the night before they are allowed to get back on the road by 5 a.m. He says that should be looked at, and their counterparts within local government are in agreement. He says they will have a conversation with the National Minister of Transport, but it's certainly picking up here. It's getting busier here as people are preparing to leave the province from where we're standing. Nobody arriving as of yet, but leaving, and they expect this traffic volume to increase come tomorrow. There should be more people on the road, and again the MEC of Transport, Bonginkosi Madikizela, urging people to stick to the rules and the regulations as prescribed by national government, wearing of the mask, using sanitizers, keeping your distance, and even in taxis. He's lauded taxis, by far the greatest mode of transport within the city of Cape Town, but adhering to those regulations and finally seeming to get there. There are less people in the taxis, they are sanitizing, people are wearing masks, and he asks that everybody observes this, because that is the only way to flatten that curve of the spread of COVID-19. But for now, people are getting ready to leave. People seem in good spirits to be traveling, to be able to travel, and we will keep you posted throughout the day on what it looks like on the roads here in Cape Town.